doing the 1990 WWE Royal Rumble. We're going to go through some of the participants. We got our guys here, Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior. Don't think they were in it, but let's take a look and see who was. First participant in the Rumble in 1990 was Ted DiBiase. One of my favorite characters of the 1980s. Should have been world champion at some point. Can't believe he didn't get it. Just so much talent. On the mic, in the ring, didn't matter. This guy was unbelievable. He did have his $1 million belt, though. So at least he had something. But, man, this guy should have been WWE champion. Number 2 entrance was the Birdman himself, Mr. Coco Beware. This guy had a good gimmick. I like the bird. He was good in the ring. I think he was pretty good where he was at. He was a kind of a, he was an attraction. He didn't really need much gold. I don't think he really deserved it, but he was good talent. At a time when basically everybody had some kind of a gimmick, his was pretty cool. The third guy in the 1990 Royal Rumble was none other than Marty Jannetty. The other rocker, the man that got thrown through a plate glass window. I always thought this guy could have been bigger. Obviously, Shawn Michaels was the guy that had the majority of the talent, but, he was good. He was number 3 in 1990. He got tossed over the ropes, and that was it for him. Number 4 guy in the Rumble is one of the all-time greatest. And it's Jake the Snake Roberts. The Snake Man himself. This guy was so big in the 80s. Ted DiBiase, the number 1 guy we already kind of looked at. He had, in my opinion, the best character of the 90s. So this guy, in the 80s, this guy was close, though. Jake the Snake's a close second. This guy could do it all in the ring, and he was just so calculated, so cold. One of my all-time favorites. And the number 4 entrant in the 1990 Royal Rumble. Coming in at number 5, it's a guy that everybody knows. One of the greatest legends of the 80s of all time. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He's the 5th participant in the 1990 Royal Rumble. One of my favorite Rumbles of all time. This guy here goes without saying is one of the best to ever do it. In the WWE and the WCW, it didn't matter. This guy could do it all. One of my all-time favorites. Coming in at number 6 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. It's kind of shocking to have Macho Man at number 5 and then this legend at number 6. I mean, these are heavy hitters. It's Roddy Piper. One of the greatest mouthpieces of all time. What's going on, Braxton, John? Welcome to the stream here. We're doing a 1990 recap of all the entrants in order. At number 6 right now, it's the Hot Rod here. One of the greatest legends of all time. Greatest talker of all time, in my opinion. So many guys have tried to emulate him over the years, but man, this guy right here, unbelievable. Things this guy could do in the ring, and just unbelievable. He was a pioneer. Number 7. Now this guy, I liked him. He's a musclehead. But he's the number 7 spot in 1990s. It's the Warlord. Let's see if we can find a picture of him, kind of what he looked like then. We'll put him with his tag team partner. He's the guy on top there. This is kind of a budget Road Warriors, but I like the Powers of Pain. And the Warlord was number 7 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. Razor Ramon is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Evil. Scott Hall, too. He could do no wrong. Razor Ramon should have been WWE champion. Obviously, he left for WCW, but yeah, he was unbelievable. Warlord right here, that guy, number 7 in 1990 Royal Rumble. Number 8 was a guy that wasn't quite in his prime yet, but he would get there, and that was Bret the Hitman Hart, coming at number 8 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. This is when he was still kind of getting his footing underneath him. He was, you know, tag team wrestler, getting his stake, you know, getting his start a little bit in the WWE. Obviously, to go on and be one of the biggest legends ever. The 1990 Royal Rumble was star-packed with people. We've already gone through Macho Man and Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Jake the Snake, Teddy DiBiase, just loaded with stars. Yes, Jake the Snake's one of my favorites of all time too, Evil. He's my second favorite character of the 80s. Teddy DiBiase was my favorite. Coming at number 9, it's a guy that I think most people know. And it's Bad News Brown. A guy that never had a good day in his life. Just always mean mugging. I like this guy. He was someone I don't know. He never really took off in WWE too much. He had his stints here and there, but I like the guy. I mean, unique character. Bad news. I think today's era he'd be even funner. You know, he could really do a lot with someone that's always delivering bad news. I think, you know, it was a good character, but just maybe a little bit ahead of his time. Coming in at number 10 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. Might shock some. One of the greatest legends of all time in the NWA, and that's Dusty Rhodes. Like I was saying, the 1990 Rumble was loaded with stars. And this guy goes without saying, one of the biggest stars in the history of pro wrestling. They put him in polka dots, but no matter what they did, they couldn't stop Dusty from being Dusty. Wouldn't it have been something if he would have won the Rumble in 1990, how that would have changed history. Coming in at number 11 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. It's one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. And that's Andre the Giant. There'll never be anybody like him. Truly the 8th wonder of the world. This guy, I mean, just massive in size and stature. He had just an aura about him that you can't even duplicate. I mean, just look at some of these pictures of this guy. Just larger than life. Number 10 in the Rumble. He went through a large number of years where he never lost a battle royal. So this guy just is truly a legend. Coming in at number 11, I never was a fan of this guy. I think some people might have liked him. He had various gimmicks in the WWE, but number 11 was the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor himself. Never got this gimmick. I mean, just look at him. I mean, he's got the little the little chicken mohawk there. It's kind of funny and everything, but never was a huge fan of this guy. But nonetheless, he was number 11 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. Actually, no, he was 12. So now we're at number 13 now. So number 13 in the 1990 Royal Rumble was one half of one of my favorite tag teams, and that's Axe and Smash. This is Axe, obviously. I feel like some people think they were like kind of the WWE's Road Warrior ripoff, maybe kind of gang, but I never saw it. They were the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE for a long time. They had a lot of talent, and I felt like they were different enough from the Road Warriors. They had the makeup, they had the spikes. I get that, but I don't know. I think they were pretty unique, also in their own way. Coming in at number 14 in the 1999 or 1990 Royal Rumble is a guy that even Andre the Giant said was the toughest person in pro wrestling, and that's Haku. There's legends about this guy, about how he was truly the toughest guy in the history of the sport. There's people say Harley Race, Andre the Giant, but when you have Andre saying that he is, I mean that says something. Coming in at number 15 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. We've already seen Axe earlier, and now we got Smash, the other member of the Demolition. The man with the longer tongue. Again, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. It's always great when they add tag team guys in the Royal Rumble, especially legendary tag teams. It's always great. Again, this Rumble was loaded with talent. I mean, from top to bottom, just one of the greatest Rumbles of all time. Coming at number 16 was a guy that I don't know. I think he should have been. I think he should have been bigger. I love the character. He had other characters in WWE, but it was Akeem, one of the original dancing big men that Vince McMahon loved. But he was good. I mean, he had a great character. Fans, reacted to him. I liked him. I always liked this guy. He was also obviously the one-man gang, which I think was probably the more popular character of his. But, I mean, just look at him. Look at this guy. I mean, he had that dance. He had the way he did his wrist. I mean, I don't know. This guy cracked me up. Coming in at number 17 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. Controversial guy, but I mean, you have to give the devil his due. It's Jimmy Snuka, Superfly himself, one of the most original, honestly, like groundbreaking talents of all time. I mean, this guy flew through the air when other people weren't doing it, and I think he was a pioneer and really set the stage for a lot of the kind of wrestling we see today. So, Jimmy Snuka was the 17th participant. Number 18 is a man that had a very tragic death. That's Dino Bravo. This guy was a strong man from Canada. This guy, if you don't know, this guy was brutally murdered actually by the mob. I don't know the full story. I don't know if he owed money or what the case was, but needless to say, this guy was he had a bad ending to his life. Coming in at number 19 was one of my favorite characters of the 80s. Trying to type with my left hand is never easy. Here we go. Number 19 was Earthquake, Mr. John Tenta himself. This guy was built like a brick house. Truly, when this guy came stomping down with his big thunderous butt bump, it was an earthquake that you were going to feel. Number 20 now. Now, I remember earlier we already saw Bret Hart. Number 20 was Jim Neidhart. He was the enforcer of the Hart Foundation, the powerhouse. Number 20. I always liked this guy. Really fit the role. He was, he was the anvil. He was the enforcer of that gang, and it fit. He was number 20. Now coming in at number 21 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. It's my probably favorite wrestler of all time. Him and Shawn Michaels. But it's the Ultimate Warrior. This guy was the definition of that cartoonish 1980s, early 90s theme of wrestling. I mean, just unbelievable. When I was a kid watching this guy, I just still remember it to this day. Number 21 in the 1990 Royal Rumble himself, right here. Always pure energy, pure power, just pure muscle. Number 22 was another one of my favorite guys. Again, this 1990 Rumble just loaded. A lot of my favorites of all time. And that was Rick Martel. Legendary AWA wrestling champion. Had some stints in WWE. He was the model. So the model character I thought could have been huge. Right here. I mean, this guy was pompous. He was arrogant. He had his own fragrance. This guy was great. So, always loved him. Thought he should have been bigger, especially this model character. I thought it should have been. This is where it was at. What's going on, Dave, man? How you doing, dude? Welcome to a different channel, but also a different stream. I'm kind of just going through 1990 Royal Rumble characters. Right now we're on number 22 right now. So, but yeah, Rick Martel, just an absolute legend. Next, we got number 23. Didn't say much. Didn't need to say much. This guy was great in the ring. And that's Tito Santana. For some reason, my monitor does this, but here we go. Mr. Ariba himself. This guy was great in the ring. Great in-ring talent. Very technical. Didn't have a lot of personality, but he did. I mean, he won a lot of matches. Oh, yeah. Hogan's the best, Dave. He won this Rumble, too, so I'm going through basically all the characters, and he was the winner of the 1990 Rumble. Well, I have it on here, too. It's made you a mod, Dave. Now you're a mod on both. Tito Santana. Next up, number 24. One of my, not Ryan, but my other brother's favorites of all time. I like him too. And that was the Honky Tonk Man. A legend right here. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion until obviously Gunther took over. But this guy was great. I mean, if you can make an Elvis gimmick work, I mean, you're doing something right. I mean, this guy, I mean, it's really kind of, honestly, kind of a terrible gimmick. He's a rockabilly guy, but he made it work, and man, did he have a career. Of course, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, in the background. Now, number 25 in the 1990 Royal Rumble. This is your guy, Dave. Hulk Hogan, the legend himself. He went on to win the Rumble here. Just an absolute, I mean, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest. I don't even think WWE would be around if Hogan never was around. I mean, Hulkamania was it. For better or worse, I mean, a lot of people like the territory days and, you know, how things were before WWE took off. But this was the guy right here. I love Hogan. He was number 25, so that's a pretty good, you know, spot to have. But number 26 was, obviously, he'd go on to be huge, but this was, you know, 90s, and that's Shawn Michaels. Yeah, rest in peace, Hogan, for sure. I mean, I couldn't believe when we got that news. HBK himself here. This is before, obviously, he went on to be one of the biggest legends of all time. Here he is, obviously, a little bit later in the 90s, but he was in the Rumble. Again, this 1990 Rumble was absolutely loaded with stars. It's unbelievable how many people were in this. Number 27, I believe we're on. Double check here. Yeah, we're number 27 right now. And that was the Barbarian, for those that remember this guy. The other half of the Powers of Pain. His partner was in it too. The Warlord. Just, I mean, again, they were clearly trying to be the Road Warriors of the WWE. They didn't work out as well, but I liked them. They were a good tag team. As my screen just goes black. And again, I don't know what's doing it. While the screen's black, we'll show the Ultimate Warrior. There we go. I mean, even their haircuts too. I mean, Vince McMahon literally told these guys, all right, use the same makeup, have the exact same haircut. I mean, it's kind of a shame too, because I mean, these guys were great, individually great wrestlers, and honestly worked good as a team. But when when you're copying one of the the greatest tag team of all time, it's not going to work out. That was number 27, so now number 28 is another one of my favorites. This is a guy that never won the WWE title that really should have, and that's Ravishing Rick Rude. He had it all: the body, the ability in the ring, how to talk. I mean, just so ahead of his time. I can only imagine nowadays if he was around how big he'd be with social media and everything. But I mean, just look at him, just cut out of stone. From what I hear too, in real life, he was extremely tough too. He was a legitimate badass. Here he is with an old NWA championship around his shoulder there. So just an absolute legend. It just adds to the list of this 1990 Royal Rumble. Number 29 is next. And this was Hercules Hernandez. Now, I don't know if a lot of people remember this guy. He was a muscle man, nothing special. I was never a huge fan of this guy, but he had his place in the league. He had some good feuds. I believe he feuded with Greg Valentine for a little while, and he had some other ones too. But just never really took off. But he was part of Vince McMahon's muscle heads. And the 30th participant that was in this Rumble that probably should have won it, probably should have been WWE champion at some point. I mean, it was Mr. Perfect himself. Another guy that kind of was just stuck in the Hogan, Savage, Warrior kind of era. Rightfully so, those guys all deserve the belt. But, you would have liked Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase, Jake the Snake. There's so many guys, Ravishing Rick Rude, so many guys in that era that should have, at least had a heel 6-month title reign here and there just to get it. But and those were the 30. Those were the 30 guys in the 1999 Rumble. Again, Hulk Hogan won it. Let's see some other stats here I'm looking at. So Hulk Hogan was the winner. Your final four was Hogan, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, and actually Barbarian was in the final four. Did not know that. The longest guy in the Rumble was Ted DiBiase, lasting 44 minutes. And Hogan had the most eliminations with Warrior. Kind of a fun thing to kind of go over and kind of look at. Huge fan of the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite match to this date. The legendary Mr. Perfect right here, too. It was fun. It's something new. I figured I'd try it out. Just kind of going over classic Rumbles. This was the 1991. Let's see if we can find out some more facts about it. It's kind of a different stream. There was the poster for it. I always thought the old 90s posters were way better than today. 80s too. I don't know. I don't know. If I'm from that era, I don't know if that's why, but I don't know. They just looked a little bit cooler to me. Let's see what we had going on here. See if there's anything interesting that happened here. Kind of scrolling through. Main event was a Royal Rumble, obviously. Nothing's new there. I guess there's a fact. It says that Hulk Hogan was the WWE champion going into the Royal Rumble, entering at number 25. Immediately after entering, Hogan eliminated Snuka and then Haku. So I guess he's eliminated a bunch of people. It's rare for the actual world champion to be in it. But fun stream, guys. Hope people enjoyed it. I might do another one of these again soon. Another Rumble, kind of going through the participants. But it's good talking, good jumping on, Dave. I'm glad I was able to give you a mod on this channel too. So we'll talk soon, guys.